A great start to the weekend here as we've got baseball from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees. Who's going to win the battle between these two? We'll see next. Danny Santana will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side, and a rather easy first out. And now here's a look at the minute.
He's been hitting the cover off the ball lately, batting over .350 in the last 10 games.
Flares this one over toward first. But taken in over at first for the second out, as that might have been extra bases if it were 3 feet higher. With a moment now, John Wiggins gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And that'll get down for a 2-out single.
And even if this doesn't lead to a run.
Eduardo Nunez steps in for his second at-bat. A fielder's choice his first time around. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. While the throw pulls him off the bag. And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. John Wiggins will come forward now to start the inning, and with his guys down 6 in the early going, they're going to need to put something together here or risk being blown out.
Yeah, and I think the big thing here is you've got to come up with something, even if it's just 1 run. You got to let those guys over there know that you haven't given up.
And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So a solo shot here to left center field, number 14 on the season, and they're on the board at 6-1.
Well, apparently these guys didn't see the highlights from yesterday because he had 2 home runs a day ago. Now he's got another home run right here. Now obviously this pace won't last.
John Wiggins will stride in again, and you can bet he'd love to do again what he did back in the 4th. A solo home run here that's been the only long ball of the game so far. In the air to center field, and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second of the game, and it's a 7-2 game now.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
John Wiggins will come forward now in what could be an at-bat that goes a long way toward deciding this ball game.
And they better be careful, too, because they haven't gotten him out yet, so this is no small task.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. Notch 1 in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate.
Just a line drive right back where it came.
So coming to the plate, John Wiggins, as he'll look to get the ball into the outfield and bring home what would be the winning run from second base.
The best thing you can do right here is just keep it simple. Look for something to hit and think.
And as we wrap things up here, what do you say we name this guy right here as the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award?
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs, really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For the show is on the air with Saturday Night Baseball from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Danny Santana will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Wiggins is over, and he's got it for the first out of the inning. With that, a look at Paul Molitor's lineup for the visiting Twins. Eric, who stands out to you? John Wiggins will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign.
Well, for me, that's just really impressive for a guy his age. It's always exciting to see young players blossoming into stars right before your eyes.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. Hard liner toward short, but this is yanked down out there at shortstop for the first out. With that, it's time to check out the starting. John Wiggins stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
In the air to center field, and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center. Home run number 16 for him on the year. As they pull within one here, it's now a 5-4 game.
Well, apparently these guys didn't see the highlights from yesterday because he had 2 home runs a day ago. Now he's got another home run right here. Now obviously this pace won't last, but man, he is hit.
John Wiggins gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1.
Well, this is pretty strange, guys. He's thrown a first-pitch strike to every batter he's faced, and yet he's obviously struggling quite a bit. He's throwing strikes, but they're just way too hittable.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Boy, that's another pitch right down the middle, though, so he's gotten away with it so far, but I think he's given him a little bit too much to hit here.
High and deep to left center field. Santana ranging back. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So a 3-run shot to left center, his second of the game, as they open up an 8-5 lead.
Yeah, make it 4 home runs as a team now after that last one, and this guy's led the way with 2 of those 4. I tell you, I wouldn't give this guy anything to hit next time around. He's just locked.
Eduardo Nunez stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. John Wiggins will stand in, looking for home run number 3 as we take it back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game, as he's been dialed in so far in this one. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Yeah, he's swinging a pretty hot bat here. 3 for 4 now after the base hit. That one.
And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
Afternoon baseball now, and a fine Sunday for our national pastime from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend series between the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees. It'll be fun watching these two swing it all series long. First pitch is next. Eddie Rosario will stand in right on the heels of a 4-for-5 ball game a night ago.
Well, yesterday he just kept things rolling. You know, he's had 8 RBIs in his last 10 games. I got to take that.
Swing and a ball popped high in the air and heading for foul territory behind first. And this is taken in for out number 1. And now here's a look at the Minnesota Twins.
He's gone deep 5 times in the last 10 ball games. But clearly he's seeing the ball really well right now.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. To first. He's got it. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Twins strand a pair. And now the Bombers will get their shot. No score. John Wiggins will stand in. He, too, had 3 hits in the win last night.
Well, you look at the average on the season, guys, and he's not sneaking up on anybody. Pretty amazing numbers for him right there. So yesterday's performance, obviously no fluke.
Rosario is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. On to the second inning now from Yankee Stadium with no score. John Wiggins stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher, but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Boy, he's seeing the ball.
John Wiggins comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Lifted the other way out to left center. On the move is Rosario. He's there and records the first out.
Well, anytime.
Stepping in, John Wiggins. He flew out in his last at-bat.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of beating out a hit.
Here's a swing, and oh, man! Way out of here. Solo shot to right center. Number 18 for him on the campaign, and it's now a 6-1 ball game.
Well, apparently these guys didn't see the highlights from yesterday because he had 2 home runs a day ago. Now he's got another home run right here. Now, obviously, this pace won't last, but, man, he is hitting everything in sight.
Oswaldo Arcia will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball to second. This could be 2. To second for one. On to first, and the rally ends just as quickly as it began. 2 away now here in the 8th.
Joe Mauer.
John Wiggins stands in, coming off a solo homer in his previous trip.
And that was a breaking ball that he hit. It looked like he saw it right out of the pitcher's hand so nicely. They might have to attack him with some hard stuff this time around.
Hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit. The relay throw, and he is in there.
Boy, how much hotter is he?
A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys. But what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player.